Welcome everyone to the latest episode of Internship Diaries that is brought to you by XUB XIMB in collaboration with Illuminatics, the media PR cell. Today we are going to interact with Ms. Somya Panda, who had done her internship in Aditya Birla Group in the leadership program. So let's find out what she has got to say. So hi Somya, welcome to the brand new episode of Internship Diaries that is brought to you by XIMB XUB in collaboration with Illuminatics.
Thank you, Ipshit. First of all, I would like to begin by thanking Illuminatics for this wonderful initiative because I feel it's a lot better than the other initiatives which people have for sharing their experiences with students, because it's not just for the junior batch but for the batches to come, and they can access it as a repository of experience from any location, anywhere, at any point of time. So kudos to you guys for starting this off.
Thank you so much. The first question I would like to ask you is that you interned in Aditya Birla Group the previous year. So how was your experiences as a whole?
I would say my experience was fulfilling. Fulfilling because Aditya Birla Group in itself is a totally different company, because it has a world of opportunities in different businesses, in different locations, geographies, and totally varied that too. Just to name a few companies, I would say Idea, Pantaloons, Aditya Birla Retail, then you have got Hindalco, Ultratech Cement, all of it. So it gives people a chance to perform in different functions, I would say, and also with different people, and the learning curve is really high. You get to learn a lot and practice the skills that you've learned in your B school.
So Soumya, that was a nice overview that you gave about the company. So as the next question I'd like to ask is that as the internship period begins immediately after the first year ends, so how would a student or how would a management student specifically prepares before he or she goes into the internship period?
Yeah. So I would ask all the people who are just about to start their internships to be just open to different experiences. If they have certain set of expectations in their mind, it might lead to disappointment or something not so positive. But if they just are open to different experiences, to work with different aspects of HR or BM for that matter, and they want to gel well with people, and they want to test and try their different skills that they have learned at their B school, I think it will go great. And it's not just about learning as much as you can from your books, from your professors. It's more about being practical and being able to have that common sense that you would be able to suggest the people solutions which they can actually implement. So that would be the key to doing well in the internship.
So taking from your answer, I would just like to ask a very simple question that always the first period, first week or so is always an apprehensive period for the students. So how to handle that jitters of the first year, or first week?
First week of internship.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for us, I'm talking about Aditya Birla Group Leadership Program. So for us, they flew us down to Mumbai, where we had a short induction of 2 days, and we got to interact with a bunch of people who were there from the premier B schools of the country, and we were able to also interact with the buddies that were assigned to us, to our supervisors, our mentors, and they had planned a lot of activities which would lead to breaking the ice, knowing each other, functioning in teams, and looking beyond just ourselves. So I'm sure a lot of other companies would have planned some fun activities for their interns to welcome them into the company for their onboarding. And the first week might seem that yes, the first week has begun and I have to give in my 100%. But it's not like that. You just have to plan and pace your entire internship in a good way, so that you have a timeline in your mind that within this period of time, this is what I need to do. The next, this is what I need to do. So it should be in a very planned out and a structured manner.
So thank you, Soumya, for your suggestions for the new interns who are going to intern very soon. For the next question, I would like to ask you that what are the major challenges that an intern faces once he or she goes into an organization?
Okay. So I'll speak about my experience. Initially, I was given a project. The abstract was shared with me before I went on to join the group. But 2-3 weeks down the lane, it got changed. The management decided not to roll out the project. So that was a very difficult time for me, because I had to find out different projects that I could work on. And because I was in the process of being in touch with a lot of other people, the stakeholders who were involved in different projects for Madura Fashion and Lifestyle, where I was interning. So they tried to include me in different projects. And somehow from those smaller projects, I tried to give a shape and structure to these small projects and make a bigger project out of it. So I actually worked on 4 different projects. So because my initial project got cancelled out, I got another major project and 3 minor projects. So that helped expand my horizons, and I could delve into different aspects of not just HR, into operations and policy making. So it was very nice for me. But what I would suggest the people who are about to join is that one of the major challenges they will face is making sense of an abstract project topic that is given to them. They have to do a proper background check, a proper analysis of the problem statements, and figure out what exactly the company is wanting from them. First, doing that, the second challenge which people usually face is because it's just a financial year has just ended and it's a busy time for people. The people who will be assigned as the mentors or the supervisors, they might be very busy with their work. They might be able to give you time. So you have to chalk out a plan where you continuously send your managers updates about what you're doing, trying to book meetings with them, fix meetings with them, be assertive, because you have to get their time to get their input and their perspective so that you can improve your work. And that cannot be done without the inputs from people who have been there in the company from so long, because we are new to the company and we will be trying to understand the company, the culture, the way it operates, but they will be able to add a different flavor to your project. So it's very important. Another challenge which I faced was because it was a retail based business. So most of the stakeholders I had to talk to for my 4 projects, I had to talk to around 40-45 people. So most of them were there in the stores, like Madura Fashion and Lifestyle. It deals with different brands like Allen Solly, Peter England, Louis Philippe, Van Heusen, People, Planet Fashion. So I had to actually go down to the stores and visit the stores, and it was really good because I got to interact with the store managers, the people, the customer service people, and understand how their day functions, what all things we could do to improve their lives. And it was really good that way. It was challenging, but it was good.
It was really nice listening to all those experiences, 4 different experiences that you had. Just considering that every intern has to also work and impress the executives and the management team as well, along with learning and gaining new knowledge and skills. So, what does the management team or the executives look? What qualities or what skills they look in an intern when they evaluate the person?
Okay. So actually the company knows that the interns that they are taking in, they have definitely excelled in their interviews and PIs and everything, but they know that they're first year students and there's not much that they already know. They know that we might not be experts in different subjects or different fields, but what they're looking at is a clarity of thought. They want to see if we understand the business statement, the problem statement that has been given to it properly or not, if we are following it up regularly or not, if we have a proper set of methodology in mind. It should have a process structure, it should have clarity of thought, it should have the inputs from different stakeholders, there should be proper documentation, proper analysis of all the data that you've collected. Then you have to follow it up with research, be it secondary or primary research. And then again, after you've made a compilation of the recommendations you have to offer for the company, I would suggest it would be better to run it through your mentor, supervisor, or even someone who's just sitting next to your desk in the office, because they will definitely have something more to add to it. And what usually executives look for in interns is a drive, a self-driven intern who just doesn't sit there waiting for the work to be given to him. The person should be high on self-efficacy and should be conscientious and should be sincere and dedicated. Because if they see someone who's there in the office from not just from dusk to dawn, you don't have to do that, but you have to make them feel that you are already feeling as a part of the company and you are equally responsible as much as they are for what work has been given to you. So they want to see that, how dedicated you are, how sincere you are, what kind of effort you're putting in, and what all different flavor you are trying to bring in to these solutions. You don't have to give extremely impractical solutions or something which is totally out of the box, but balance the solutions in such a way that it has commonsensical practical solutions plus 1 or 2 out of the box creative solutions, because they might not be considering implementing them right away, but it might just up your quotient that yes, this person has that ability, that creative edge to it, and that might just work in your behalf.
Okay, thank you, Soumya, for that extensive answer regarding the challenges that you faced. So, coming on to the next question, I would like to ask, as you said, you were in the retail profile, and many other students also there in retail profile and other profiles as well. So, according to you, how important is communication for any role or any profile during your internship or your job? and being the charter member and the president of XIMB XUB Toastmasters Club. So, what would be your take on the communications?
Communication, I would say, is the bread and butter for not just any HR manager, for any manager or any other person who wants to rise up that corporate ladder. Because you might have machines, computers, all of that, but it basically trickles down to interaction with one person and another person and gathering data, information, knowing about the company, being in a work setup and environment. All of that depends upon your communication skills, your written communication skills, your verbal communication skills, all of that. Because I am into Toastmasters since a long time now, I know how important it is because it helps you be confident and it helps give you a lot of practice, which we don't get because English is not our first language and it doesn't come naturally to a lot of people. But in today's competitive world, it's just English which will help you sail through. And because mine was Aditya Birla Group Leadership Program, all good leaders are expected to be good orators because they have to inspire teams, they have to motivate teams to work harder and write a lot of mails, do a lot of documentation. All of that cannot happen without good communication skills. And in my project especially, I had to talk to around 40-45 stakeholders of the company and people from different levels and different backgrounds. So you need to learn how to talk to different people, how to approach them, how to break the ice, how to get the information out from someone, extract the information, I would say. And Toastmasters is a wonderful platform which teaches you all of that. You just get a platform, a playing field where you can practice your communication skills day in, day out, and you get a lot of feedback, constructive feedback, which inspires you and motivates you to speak even more. When you are a leader, you would be looking forward to giving a presentation and not dreading it. So you need to have that confidence, that set of mind that yes, you will be able to influence people into listening to what ideas you have for the company. And without communication skills, all of this would just fall apart.
Yeah.
Plus, Toastmasters also helps you learn leadership skills. Skills like critical thinking skills, time management skills, organizational skills, delegation skills, facilitating, planning, implementation, all of that. And once you're a leader, like being the president of Toastmasters Club is like running a small company, being the CEO of a company. And you have to think about the different aspects, you have to think about the future, the present, and plan a lot. And that changes you from within. And that change reflects in each and every work that you then go out and do.
So yes, as you said, communication is one of the very important part of any job or profile.
Yes.
Now coming on to the next question is that how important is your internship period or your internship days for your final placements? So what, according to you, how much significant is that?
I was blessed that I got a pre-placement offer from Aditya Birla Group, but it's so important for people, even if it's you don't get a PPO, even if you are sitting for your final placements, your internship somehow sums up your first year and is the introduction to your second year. So the companies which will come in for final placements, they'll definitely focus a lot on what all you did in your internship because that shows what kind of effort you have put in, what all you have learned. So it's a summary of your first year. They don't need to look at your grades or your mark sheet, but what the work that you did in your internship, it speaks volumes about you as a person and what you have learned or done as a student. For my case, I would say, because it was a PPO, Aditya Birla Group has a very different mannerism or way of giving people rolling out PPOs. They fly you back to Mumbai where they had the induction. They subject you to assessment center. An assessment center is something which every HR just reads and thinks of in their first year. But here you actually get to experience that. So the 2 days of assessment center had 2-3 rounds of GD, one ranking based GD, one case discussion GD, then there was psychometric test, then there was a negotiation exercise, then there was a team building exercise, then there was 2 other rounds of PI, and there were a lot of other activities happening around, and there were a presentation. We had to give presentations in front of different panel members who belong to different businesses other than where you had your internship. So all of that experience was very new, and it somehow carves out few words in your personality that you have gone through this rigor and you come out as a different person altogether. So people who are doing their internships right now, the company might have a policy of PPO or not, doesn't matter. If you just given your best for your summer internship, that you never know when the company comes back for the final placements, they'll first look out for you and take you back because you've performed so well.
So, Soumya, just as the last question for you, is that just after the internship period, the students will be coming back and joining in the second year as seniors. So, what would be your tips or final suggestions to them, to your juniors, before they join in for a new adventure or a new journey?
Okay, so the first and foremost things that everyone needs to do is work on their skills rather than their knowledge. Like a lot of juniors approached me before going on to their internship that what all do we need to study, what do we need to prep up. But the thing is that you cannot take your books and notes along with you. You always have Google or the help of your friends over WhatsApp group, over Facebook groups to fall back on. You have the numbers of your seniors who definitely help you or guide you. But what matters is what all skills you have, because they cannot be taught. And you just have to drive yourself and push yourself harder to learn that by being a part of different activities in a B school. And XIMB for that matter is blossoming with a lot of committees and a lot of activities, and it's like a cultural melting pot where people from different backgrounds come together and you get so many chances to take part in case study competitions, article writing competitions. You get to be in different positions of responsibility where you get to lead teams, influence the activities and the happenings in the college. So that all adds to your personality. And if you're going into second year with a PPO or not, or even if you're preparing for your final placements, remember this, that a B school is the best platform to learn your skills, because once you're there in your corporate life, you will get a chance to execute those skills. But if you start learning those skills after joining, it will be a long run until and unless where you start performing better. So it's always good to be passionate about certain aspects. If you're into books, if you're into singing or dancing, do not give it up just for the sake of final placements. I mean, marks do matter, books do matter, and grades do matter. But at the end of the day, if you're passionate about something, you will always be able to channelize that happiness and that confidence that you get from pursuing your passions and totally channelize it into the right kind of work. And that is why the tip I want to give my juniors is that you're at such a happening place, try to make the most out of it by doing as much as you can and not just restricting yourself to books and studies. Also, the second thing, XIMB is a place where you'll make a lot of good friends, for that matter any B school. So don't just restrict yourself and form an opinion about people. Be open to everyone, and people have this set of glasses on them and they judge people with that this person belongs to this category. They label them as this much and I don't want to talk to that person. But you never know, you will always find something, at least one good quality to learn from that person, and that good quality you get to utilize it, I don't know, anywhere in your life. So that is what, be open to a lot of friends, make a lot of friends, network with people, and have a few close and strong friends upon whom you will be able to fall back on at any point of time in your life. That would be my tips to the junior.
Thank you, Soumya, so much for spending time with us and sharing your experiences and memories for the internship diaries.
Thank you for featuring me.
Thank you so much again. So hopefully you all liked the internship video and the interview with Soumya Panda, who did her internship in Aditya Birla Group, and hopefully it helps you in your upcoming internship time. And hope we meet again in the next episode with a brand new person and a brand new profile. Thank you.